Welcome back to another episode of My Therapy Room, the podcast where we delve into discussions on mental health, well-being, and child development. I'm your host, Cindy Ettienne-Murphy, and today we have a special guest, psychologist Maggie Reed. Maggie, thank you for joining us today. Could you please tell our listeners a bit about your background?
Thank you, Cindy. It's a pleasure to be here. I have been working as a psychologist for over 15 years, specializing in mental health, well-being, and child development. I have worked closely with individuals of all ages in therapy and conducted research in various areas related to human behavior.
Great. Today, we will be discussing something that many of us may have encountered at some point in our lives: pathological liars. Maggie, could you explain in detail what a pathological liar is from a psychological perspective?
Absolutely, Cindy. Pathological lying is a complex phenomenon characterized by chronic and habitual lying. Unlike regular lies, which may serve a purpose or avoid punishment, pathological lies are often excessive, irrational, and lack a clear motive. These individuals may compulsively lie about their personal experiences, achievements, or even create elaborate stories. It goes beyond telling occasional fibs and becomes a pervasive pattern of behavior.
Fascinating. Is there any scientific explanation behind why people lie pathologically?
Yes, Cindy, there is. Pathological lying often stems from underlying psychological issues such as low self-esteem, a need for attention, or a desire to manipulate others' perceptions. Some research suggests that certain brain regions related to impulse control and emotional regulation may be different in individuals who exhibit pathological lying tendencies. Additionally, environmental factors such as past trauma or dysfunctional family dynamics can also contribute to the development of pathological lying behavior.
That's intriguing. Could you shed some light on the studies and research conducted in this area?
Certainly, Cindy. Several studies have explored the psychology behind pathological lying. Research suggests that individuals with personality disorders, such as narcissistic personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, or even antisocial personality disorder, are more likely to engage in pathological lying. Additionally, there is evidence linking pathological lying to certain cognitive difficulties, including impairments in executive functioning and inhibition control.
Thank you for sharing that, Maggie. Now let's delve into another aspect: children and lying. Is lying in children a learnt behavior?
Yes, Cindy. Children learn from their environment, including their family, peers, and society. They observe and mimic the behaviors they witness around them. So, if they observe lying, especially when it is rewarded or results in positive outcomes, they are more likely to engage in dishonesty. However, it is important to note that lying can also be a part of normal child development as children explore boundaries and test their autonomy. Emotional trauma is one possible factor that can contribute to lying behavior in children. When children experience emotional trauma, they may resort to lying as a coping mechanism to protect themselves or avoid further harm. However, it is crucial to approach such cases with empathy and seek professional help to address the underlying trauma and support the child's emotional well-being.
Thank you for highlighting that, Maggie. Just like adults, children can sometimes develop a pattern of consistently and habitually telling lies. Pathological lying revolves around the need for attention, power, or self-esteem. It's a behavioral pattern that goes beyond ordinary lying and becomes a persistent habit for the individual. So, what would be some signs that a child may be a pathological liar, Maggie?
Great questions. Some common signs to look out for include embellishing stories, creating elaborate scenarios, and exaggerating their achievements or experiences. For example, a child might claim to have won a prestigious award or traveled to exotic places when, in reality, it's not true. They may also come up with intricate details to support their lies, making it difficult to distinguish fact from fiction.
That makes sense, Maggie. But why would a child engage in pathological lying in the first place?
It can stem from various factors, Cindy. Sometimes children resort to pathological lying as a defense mechanism, especially if they feel insecure or they fear punishment. It can also be a coping mechanism for attention-seeking behavior or a desire to fit in with their peers. In some cases, children may have underlying mental health issues such as conduct disorder or oppositional defiant disorder that contribute to their lying behavior.
It's important to keep in mind that pathological lying in children is not a sign of malicious intent, but rather a manifestation of deeper emotional or psychological issues. So, what can parents or caregivers do if they suspect their child might be a pathological liar?
Open and honest communication is crucial, Cindy. Encouraging a safe and non-judgmental environment for the child to express themselves is the first step. It's important to address the underlying issues that may be driving their lying behavior. Seeking professional help, such as therapy, can be beneficial in uncovering these deeper emotional issues and teaching the child healthier coping mechanisms.